time. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you the MicroPro grill really quick. This is pretty cool. I just opened mine out of the box. It comes in a really thick cardboard box if you wanted to store it in this after you use it. I don't know if I will because it seems like it'd be kind of a pain to take it out every time. If you've read anything about the MicroPro grill on anything I've posted so far this week, you'll see that it had two settings, a grill setting and a casserole setting. And this is really easy to tell when it's in what setting because the grill setting sits really deep into the casserole dish. You can see that. And when you put it on the casserole setting, it actually sits on top. Just like if you were grilling and you were pressing and flipping your grill, it kind of does the same thing. And this is the casserole setting. So that's just a little bit about that. It also comes with a little cookbook here that has some recipes in there, as well as instructions here for what wattage to cook foods on, depending on what wattage your microwave's on. Mine is a 1200 watt, so I'm probably only going to put this in for about 7 to 8 minutes and then check it, and then we'll go back and put it in the extra minute if we need to, because it calls for 9 minutes on the recipe. I have the recipe pulled up here on my phone, so let's get started. So it calls for 1 package of refrigerated pizza crust cut into bites. I just cut it into squares like this, and I'm just going to throw that really quickly into here, to this big bowl. I'm kind of trying to pull them apart at the same time, although I think once we mix it with the pizza sauce, it'll be all right. All right, here we go. Next up, it calls for, let's see, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. This is the mozzarella cheese. So 1 cup. You could probably go liberal on the cheese. That's what I'm going to do. It's about a cup. Mozzarella. A half a cup of parm. I mean, can you really have too much cheese in a pizza? Perfect. Then it called for half of an 8-ounce package of pepperoni minis, but at my store they only had 4-ounce packages, so that's perfect. We'll just put the whole package right in there. You guys can see everything. I think I might mix this with my hand before I put the sauce in there. And then 1/3 cup of pizza sauce. Grab my measuring cup real quick. Here we go. 1/3 cup. I'll go ahead and mix this really quick. Should get this bread to pull apart a little bit. Perfect. Okay. 1/3 cup of pizza sauce. Awesome. 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So I've got these awesome little measuring spoons here that all snap together that I got in my kit. So 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And we are all set. Oh, and 1/4 tablespoon of garlic powder. Go grab that. Perfect. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this top won't come off. Okay. We'll shake it out. Okay, that's about 1/4. Good deal. All right, so let me grab a big spoon. We're just going to mix this lightly really quick. I don't want to squish all this pizza dough, I don't think. I'm just trying to spread the sauce around. Coat everything semi-evenly. Looks good so far. Looks like pizza. All right. Perfect. Yum. Okay. This is going to be Sammy's dinner tonight. Okay. So it's all mixed. Now you're going to take your MicroPro grill, and it says just to place loosely in MicroPro grill. So I'm just going to, got extra cheese here that didn't get mixed in. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit so it's even in the pan. There we go. That looks pretty good. Perfect. Let me show you guys this really quick before I throw the top on here. So here's how it looks in the pan. Looks pretty good. Now we're actually going to put the grill in casserole mode. So that's going to be where it's actually sitting on top and there's a little space on each side. The recipe says to check for doneness at 7 to 8 minutes and then cook as needed. Since I have a 1200 watt microwave, I'm going to go ahead and do it for 7 minutes and come back and check it. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I just pulled it out of the oven, out of the microwave. It is semi-hot. This plastic, you could probably put your hands on it for a few seconds to get it to the countertop, but I wouldn't suggest holding it for a long time. All right, let's check it out. This was 7 minutes at a 1200 watt microwave on full power. I think it's done. Holy moly, that copper's hot. Sorry, Sammy's talking in the background. But there it is. I'm gonna let this cool for a minute. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Oh, it looks a little doughy. That looks delicious. Hot but delicious. I would say this is a success. All right, guys, so here's the finished product. I took it a little bit out of the pan, but it's awesome. It's literally just breaking apart into the little bites. You could base your bites on the sizes that you want the pull aparts to be, but this is delicious. The only thing I would probably change is to add a little more sauce because I like sauce with my pizza. It called for 1/3 of a cup. Next time I'll try a 1/2 cup, but Sammy's eating it, so it's got to be pretty good. I think you could also add more ingredients in here. I really like black olives, so I'd probably add olives on half of it since Philip and Sammy won't eat olives. But it is really good, and it just pulls apart literally into these little great bite-sized pieces.